Ooh, evening, one and all. There's one viewer there. Hello. Welcome to the July 2025 edition of Live Q&A. Well, I think I did one last month. I hope I did. I try and do them once a month, so then it's as regular as it can be. Just turn off the TV. Oh, and also, if you can hear any background noise, it's my air conditioner because it's really hot at the moment. So, yeah, I need it on. Being asthmatic, I need ventilation. So anyway, yes, if you're new to this, you can ask me questions live and you'll get a response. If I can't answer it, I'll be honest and I'll say, or if I don't want to answer it, I will say. But generally, it's a nice vibe here. I try to keep it nice and polite. So yes, but any hostility, any abuse, you will be removed from the chat. So you've been warned. Oh, hey, Trevor. Nice to see you. Thanks for commenting on my recent videos. Appreciate it, my friend. Oh, and also I will be occasionally taking a sip of drink because I will be talking too much on the stream. Oh, what the fuck was that? Move that out of the way. Okay, it's not bad. Figuring some stuff out. So hopefully it all goes well. Would you want to see Hugh Jackman as Batman? No. I think because he's been Wolverine, I mean, it's recognizable. I think he could do it, though. I think he could pull it off. He's a very versatile actor, but just looking at him, you wouldn't be able to unsee Wolverine. It's like when I saw Tom Holland in Uncharted, I just couldn't unsee Peter Parker. It was just Spider-Man without the suit. Thoughts on the D-Rex from Jurassic World Rebirth? It looks all right. It kind of reminded me of the Xenomorph from Alien mixed with the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. So it was a bit of a weird amalgamation, but it was all right. It was cool. Okay. Well, I will see what you will be posting in this chat, and then I'll decide from there. If you're here to just ask questions, fine. Yeah. Hi, Jared. Nice to see you. I hope this stream isn't going to be boring. What are your thoughts on Alex saying the sex scenes from 50 Shades are awesome? Well, I don't agree with it, but to each his own. That's his opinion, but I respectfully disagree with that opinion. Have you seen any good TV series recently? Not as such, no. I haven't had time to watch TV, to be honest. I watch films more than I watch TV. You can recommend me some, then I'll try and watch them. You played any of the Harry Potter games on PS1? Not just one, but PS. You won't be able to see it, but on my top shelf there, I've got some old Harry Potter games. The first one I had on PS2, but then I had to sell it to get some money, and now I can't find it. The first one, the Philosopher's Stone on PS2, is quite rare, but the other ones, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, I had those on PS2, and then I had the later ones on PS3. But PS1 never did, but I hear very good things about the Philosopher's Stone on PS1. So yeah. Favorite Fast and Furious movie? Well, I've not seen all of them. I've only seen like 3 or 4 of them. Out of the ones I've seen, probably Fast 5 was my favorite, even though it's not a perfect film, far from it. Then there are aspects of it that were quite ridiculous. Sorry, give me one sec. It's very hot and uncomfortable. Trying to make myself comfy. Okay. What are your thoughts on Alex's rant on Disney live-action remakes? Haters. Unnecessary. There's always going to be a hate base for something, dude. You're just going to have to accept it, unfortunately. It's like a child bringing his toys out the pram. The audio on this stream is a bit sketchy. Well, I didn't draw it. You might be hearing my air conditioner in the background. So sorry if that's the case. But if you can't hear me, please let me know. Oh, hey, Doug. Furious 7 is my favorite. Oh, nice. Is that the last one with Paul Walker, or is that 6? I can't remember exactly. Have you seen Bambi: The Reckoning yet? I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I'll watch it. I've done the Winnie the Pooh rants. So yeah, I'm excited to watch Bambi the Reckoning, but I'll watch it at some point. Do you think the new Harry Potter TV series will be any good? No, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it will. I mean, if people watch it who have never seen or read Harry Potter before, then maybe. But there's a very slim chance it will do well, in my opinion. It's just no one is interested in it. And it's just going to be like, well, it's just going to be trying to be a more PC version. It's the PC version where they want to tick the boxes, and well, whether that will please J.K. Rowling or not, who knows? Thoughts on Alex complaining about the villain from Iron Man 3 being a punchline? Well, a lot of people make that same complaint, so that's nothing new, really. What are your thoughts on Alex saying the Emoji Movie is harmless fun? Again, that's his opinion, but I disagree. Didn't think this Alex guy threatened to beat you and Harry up? He threatened a lot of people. He tends to threaten people and bully people who disagree with him on films. It's very childish behavior, but unfortunately, there's not what we can do about it. Other than monitor his behavior and hope that he doesn't come after people like he used to. When he had his first channel, he used to be very bad. He made this awful video on Harry Thomas that got him shut down. So, Alex, I'm watching you. What's your favorite Johnny English film and why? The first one. The first one's my favorite. I think it has the best jokes, to be honest. And being a James Bond fan as well, appeals to me. And John Malkovich's over the top French accent is just so funny. I don't know why it cracks me up. I do like the other two. They're pretty decent, but the first one will always be my favorite. Audio. Let me see if I can have a look at my audio. Okay, I've turned the volume up, but I don't know where else to details. Sorry, I can't seem to change my audio. Well, hello. Okay, it's not the aircon. I will just quickly adjust the settings of my computer because it could be that. That's it. Yeah, that's why. For some reason, my audio was very down. Okay, I've adjusted the input volume in my mic, so I hope this is better. I hope you can hear me now. So yeah. Right. I'll see what I can do. Unless it is just a connection. Okay, can you guys hear me? I have tried to change my audio. Hello. Testing. Hello. Testing. Okay, it seems like there's a mixture of responses. Okay, great. Some people can hear me, some people can't. But those who can't, I'm very sorry. I've tried my best. But I'll try and speak up as much as I can. Right, where was I? Do you agree Quaritch is the best James Cameron villain? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to think about that because there's quite a few that are very good. Billy Zane is an arsehole in Titanic, and there's also, I mean, technically the Terminator is a villain as well, so maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator would sort of count, but then he's kind of not the villain in the second one. So it depends. I'll have to get back to you on that. That's a good question. Okay, sorry, Jared. I'll do my best. Then, are you going to review the new Smurfs movie? Maybe, but not straight away. I haven't got any plans to watch it in the cinema. If I do review it, I will rent it. I don't want to go into the cinema to watch it. Steve-O! How you doing, Steve? Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Oh yes, I thought that was Furious 7. Yeah. Do you think Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5 will be confirmed if the TV series fails? To be honest, I don't think it will, because I hate to say it, but J.K. Rowling has tarnished her reputation, and I think that has betrayed that community of fans that helped her become famous. And I don't think that the loyalty to the series is as strong as it was. There's still a lot of fans of Potter, don't get me wrong. It's not dead in the water, but I think there's a few people, like a close friend of mine, who is in that community that was targeted by J.K. Rowling and has taken it personally and has since removed himself from the franchise. He used to love Harry Potter, so can't deal with it anymore because it hurts too much because of what she said. And I never thought about it from his point of view until about a year or so ago, and then I realized, actually, yeah, he's got a point. It makes sense why he feels hurt the way he does. I'm not part of that community. I'm happy with who I am, but yeah, she really has hurt a lot of people. So it's just a lesson for her to learn, to be careful what she says. I love the content. I love Harry Potter. I will always support it, but I won't support the new stuff. I won't support the new series. But if they did make Beasts 4 and 5, I'd like to see it finished, but I feel like it's too far gone now. I don't know if the interest is there. It's not like the first 3 made a ton of money. Certainly the last 2, the Crimes of Grindelwald and the Secrets of Dumbledore, but we'll see. Watching Gladiator 2 right now. Favorite moment from it, the credits. I didn't like Gladiator 2 that much at all. I'm struggling to remember one good moment from it. Maybe the opening battle scene was cool, but what a boring film, to be honest. It just did not work for me. I will review the first one at some point as well, but the first one was way better. Thoughts on Alex calling the Emoji Movie a masterpiece? Are you hyped for Margot Robbie's upcoming movie, A Big Bold Beautiful Journey? Yes, possibly. I haven't seen a trailer, so I don't know what it's about. But I like her, and I would support what she does. So yeah, if you send me a trailer, I'll try to support it. Any Potter games that you think suck? Yes, well, I did a ranking of the Harry Potter video games many years ago, and I think for me the worst one is the Goblet of Fire. That one sucked because they changed the whole vibe of the game. They made it levels, and there was less exploring of Hogwarts. It did follow the movie loosely, and the task levels were quite good, but you ended up having to repeat a lot of levels to earn trophies to progress, which really annoys me. So for that reason, it's the worst one. I think it sucked personally. The Deathly Hallows Part 1 was probably the next worst one. It wasn't as bad, but my god, the controls were clunky. But I still kind of have fun with that one. I would go back to that one a bit more often, because at least you're out of Hogwarts, you're on the run, so it's more combative, so they're slightly different. But yeah, the Goblet of Fire is the worst one for me. What are your thoughts on Alex abusing cheap and lazy term? Yeah, it's too far gone at this point. It's, he really needs to think of other things to say. He's not that interesting to watch in his videos anyway, but to call everything cheap and lazy, if you keep using the same phrase, then you're no one's going to take you seriously, and they're not going to feel like you're a valid reviewer, because if you think everything is cheap and lazy, how do you judge things? What ground do you stand on? Again, what logic do you live by? It sounds dramatic the way I'm talking about it, but the way that he approaches reviews, it's like he just can't think of anything else to say, and it's hypocritical, to be honest. Did you play any sports at school? Yeah, sometimes. I'm not actually a big fan of rugby. It's not really my game, but I don't really understand it, to be honest. But I was into football. We played football at school. We used to do tournaments, which is fun, and then PE, which is fun. I don't really do so much of it now. I probably should, but yeah, wearing glasses, it's sort of I don't really like wearing contact lenses. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, actually, speaking of which, tomorrow is the final of the Euro for the women's, and England are playing. So go girls, good luck. Thoughts on Stephen Colbert getting fired? I didn't know he got fired, so I'm not really sure what I can say about it. But I thought Stephen Colbert was quite a good host. But oh dear. What was your favorite video game as of right now? The Last of Us, the first one. Just a beautiful game in every sense of the word. The way it's designed, the way it plays, the emotional story, the dialogue, the acting. It's probably the best written and acted game of all time. It's just so powerful. There's nothing like a good father-daughter story amongst an apocalyptic story. And, you know, it's just so iconic. It could almost be a film. It's like you're almost playing a cinematic experience. It's such a masterpiece. Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Okay, well, I did try and fix my audio, so, well, maybe you sent this earlier. You banned my friend from this channel for no reason. Okay, well, in that case, you are not going to be seen here, I'm afraid. What are your thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne's death? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm very sad to hear of Ozzy's death. I didn't listen to a lot of his music because before my time, but I appreciate him as an artist. And obviously his wife, Sharon, was a judge on The X Factor. I watched The X Factor for when it first started, up for the first like 5-6 years. It was really good. And then it sort of got a bit stale after a while. Yeah, from what I understand, he was a very well-respected artist. And I'm sad to hear he's gone. I just hope that it was peaceful, at least. But I'm sending my condolences to the Osborne family now. Who do you think should be the English girl in Johnny English 4? It's a good question. Well, we had Olga Kurilenko in the third movie, and she was in Quantum of Solace, so they might choose someone. They seem to choose people who have been in Bond films, not so much in the first movie. But they had Rosamund Pike's film and Olga Kurilenko in the third. So if they go from the Bond series, they could choose someone like Eva Green. I don't know if she's too old for it now, but who knows? Or they'll cast someone completely new. I don't know. That's a good question. If I'm gonna, or Leia Seydoux. She's quite adaptable in these franchises. She was even in Mission Impossible as well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Trevor. Don't let Alex get to you. He's a baby. He's a man child. I'm sorry. I don't like Alex. I've never liked him, and he's abused a lot of my friends, and that's, his opinions are bullshit. The fact that he just if he could just exist as a bad YouTuber, that would be fine. But he has to go and disagree with people he has to go and attack people that disagree with him, which is just bollocks. All because Harry Thomas had an opinion one time that he didn't agree with. It's just sad, isn't it? Seen any of Ozzy's shows? Oh God, not for a long time. There was the Ozzy Osbourne show, wasn't there? Years ago. I can't remember. I was probably a kid at the time, so my parents would probably watch it, but I don't remember it. What's your least favorite movie in your favorite franchise? Oh, well, my favorite franchise is Bond, James Bond. And that one is my favorite film series. And my least favorite would be Die Another Day. If I was there in real life, I'd punch that guy, Alex. Oh, bless you, man. Honestly, but don't stoop to his level, please. Don't stoop to his level. He's just, sometimes he makes me laugh because of how childish and pathetic he is. But if he can stop the bullying, I'll leave him alone. If he can stop the bullying, I will not even touch his channel. But because he's such a bully, I have to keep my eyes on him. What are your thoughts on Alex comparing in the Emoji Movie to Citizen Kane? To be honest, they're two films I would not compare. I wouldn't put them together. But fair enough. To each their own. I mean, I personally think they're incomparable. They're made in a different time as well. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, where have I got to? You can hear me. Okay, good. The audio is a bit glitchy, but I can hear you. Oh, okay, thanks. I'll try my best to fix it if I can. But it's I think there's a connection problem today. I don't know what it is. I've adjusted my microphones as best as I can. Do you think Fantastic Four First Steps will do well? Yes, I think it will. Favorite Chris Stuckman rant? Oh gosh, it's a good one. Oh, what was it? He did a hilariosity rant on. Oh shit! I think it was the room. What was the film where's the guy going? Oh hi Mark. I think that one. Or his review of Attack of the Clones. That was quite good. That was fun. Have you seen the original Planet of the Apes series of films? Yes, I reviewed them years ago. Probably need to do better reviews of them. But I love the first one. I like the second one, although it's very strange. I quite like the third one. I think the fourth one is all right, and then the fifth one is bad. So it's very mixed in terms of quality. Oh, and if you want to know, the Tim Burton one, I can't stand it. I think the Tim Burton one sucks. The new ones are actually a lot better, I think, than the old ones. Well, for the most part, I do think Kingdom is not quite as good as the original Apes movie, but it sits nice. If I were to rank the movies, it sits in the middle somewhere. Is there any truth to the rumor that your friend? Oh no, that isn't true. That was a stupid rumor. That was a previous troll. And I'm not talking trolls in terms of trolls that Alex likes, like internet troll. That was doing all that. That's not true. I managed to get in touch with Jack, and he's fine. He's fine. How did Alex find out about that? I'm curious to know. Oh, Jermaine, nice to see you, man. Yeah, it's going all right, not too bad. Enjoy the film. It's really good. It's really good, and it's the best Fantastic Four film we've ever got. I think I like it. It's a return to form for Marvel. Are you a fan of Joker 2? No. I've done a rant on it if you want to hear my thoughts, but it was a massive disappointment. The first one I really like, but the second one I don't like. Avengers Infinity War is on BBC One. Oh, nice. Thank you. I don't tend to watch movies on TV now because most things are on streaming, and also like I know BBC don't do this, but ITV have like ad breaks and stuff, so I tend to just watch things on Blu-ray or 4K or streaming. So, yeah. Did you had a tornado in Yorkshire? Maybe, but I'm not from Yorkshire. I'm from the other side. I'm down south. I'm not north. But I'll have to look into that. I'm sorry to hear that if that did happen. We don't tend to get tornadoes. Maybe it was a lot of wind. Maybe someone's exaggerating, but I'll research for you and find out. Favorite role from Gerard Butler? Well, obviously he's very good as Stoic in the How to Remake Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. Aside that, I mean, say what you will about the movie, but he's quite good in 300. I quite like him. He knows kind of playing himself and saying cringy dialogue like "Tonight we dine in hell." I just love it. I think it's fun. Have you ever watched South Park? No, I haven't. If you could change one thing about Doctor Who Series 15, what would you change? Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't really answer that. All I can say is I would change the ending of the series because I watched the regeneration. Oh, Russell, what have you done? Jeez Louise. Oh, dear. Favorite fizzy drink? Probably like Diet Coke, Coke Zero, that sort of thing, which is what I have with me right now. Oh, goodness me. It's hot today. Do you think Doctor Who is going to be cancelled again? Potentially, yeah. But it's not a bad thing. I think that the show needs a rest. How do you feel if Michael Bay directed Dragon Ball Evolution and The Last Airbender? Well, I would just expect a lot of explosions, to be honest, and hot girls. That's pretty much what he likes to do. What is your opinion on Catwoman from 2004? Not seen it for a long time, but all I can say is... Well, I take it over Cats the musical. but that's not much of a compliment. Which movie is worse, Hulk 2003 or Green Lantern? That's a good question. I'm inclined to say the Hulk film, actually, because that is longer and it's more boring and it's more pretentious. Green Lantern is just plain and simple bad, but it's so bad you could sort of... It goes a little bit quicker. So just for that reason. Let's see. How long have you been wearing glasses? Since I was about like 17, like 16, 17. Most of my family wear glasses, but I was the last one to get glasses. My eyes have deteriorated over time. So if I take them off, my vision is so bad that, sometimes I have to wear contacts, but I don't wear them too often. I've got used to wearing glasses now, but yeah, I wish I didn't have to, but there we are. Have you ever walked out during a film you thought sucked? No. I was close to walking out of the Emoji Movie, but I had a friend with me, so I had to stick it out. I'm afraid if I went on my own, I probably would have just left. What is the Star Wars movie you look back on and thought it's not as bad as I remember it to be? I would say Attack of the Clones. I mean, yes, it's not great, but there are good things in it, and I think people do neglect some of those things. George Lucas is not a good writer when it comes to dialogue, and the plot of Attack of the Clones is probably the worst plot of the first 6 anyway. It's a little bit convoluted, but at least the overarching story sort of goes somewhere with the first 6, and you can see how 2 fits into the other 5 films. And there are elements of ideas that I like Anakin's slow sort of emotional conflict and his descent into darkness is well done. It's just the romantic stuff that doesn't quite work. So while it's not a great movie, it's okay. I think it's okay. Howdy, Electric Dino. Favorite Lester moments from each Primeval series? Well, from 2, my favorite scene is when he fights the future Predator. I think from series 1. That's a good question. There's not many moments I could say. Probably when he meets Cutter. Series 3, I think he when he's being captured with the others in episode 3, when they're captured in the Ark, and does he end up? No, hang on. Yeah, no, there must be a moment with him and Christine Johnson. I can't remember, to be honest, man. It's been a while since I've seen it. And series 4, don't remember. And series 5, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I'm really sorry. I need to rewatch series. But my favorite moment of all time with him is series 2 when he fights the Predator and he says, "Leek, you are a tiresome little man." So I'm sorry, it's not a full answer. But no. Have you seen Stephen Colbert's cartoon called Our President? No, I haven't seen it. How is everything going with July 25? Yeah, it's all right. Just another month, really. The busy month. Was going to go down a certain career path, and now I'm not going down that path. So I'm reevaluating what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I had a lot to think about recently. Have you ever got stage fright? When I was younger, not as much anymore, but it also depends. If I have a lot to do in a show, if I'm playing a big part, then I do get a bit nervous, but it relaxes like it needs to. So it just comes with the experience, really. That's true, yeah, that's enough to do that. Have you ever stood up to a bully in real life? Yes. So there was an incident when I was younger, in secondary school. I was being bullied at the time by someone else, and there was a day when a friend of mine was being bullied, and then this guy comes over and starts showing off, and then he sort of pushes my friend, and then I grabbed this guy and I threw him against the wall. And I don't normally do that, but it was I didn't punch him or anything, but I lost my temper. I was just so angry. I grabbed him, I had him by the scruff, and the teachers saw it and stopped it quickly before it escalated. And I said to the guy afterwards, I said, "I'm sorry about that. Can we just forget about this?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm sorry as well." So he realized that he messed up, but it was a difficult day for me, but generally I'm quite patient. That was just one day when I really lost it. So yeah. Your thoughts on the CEO being exposed at the Coldplay concert? I don't really know what to say to that. I'm not sure what you mean. The CEO of who? Of what? Have you ever rage quit at a game? Yeah, when I was younger, I used to. The Simpsons Hit and Run made me rage quit many times. That is a hard game. Even as an adult, I go, oh, for fuck's sake, it's that one's tough. As a kid, I had the game of X-Men 3, and I died many times on that. I've never been able to finish that because that's so hard. Favorite adult animated show, if you've watched any? I don't know if The Simpsons counts as an adult show, but maybe that one. I've not seen The Truman Show or Fight Club, I'm afraid. I've seen bits of Fight Club, but not the whole film. Sorry. Would you rather watch Fantastic Four 1994 or Fantastic? Oh, God, that's a question. You know what? Ooh, neither. I mean, neither. I wouldn't want to watch either of them, but I probably would. I mean, they're both awful films, really awful. The Roger Corman one just really annoys me because it's so campy and it's so insufferable because of that. But then the other one is much the same, except it's just darker. It's so darker and drab. So ways I can't pick. They're both terrible. Probably Fantastic because production values are slightly better, but that's not really much of a compliment when you think about the overall quality. Oh, no worries, man. That's like, what is something you say Jurassic Park 3 did better than Jurassic World Dominion or Rebirth? Jurassic Park 3 probably cut to the chase a bit better, pacing wise, because it's shorter. It just got on with things. The other two films are longer and perhaps maybe suffer a bit from the length. So maybe it's that. I haven't seen anything of Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't really been. I haven't played the games or seen the movies. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, obviously Jack and I parted ways, but I would never wish that anyone, not him. He's a good person, and no, I mean the guy that actually said that told someone else that I knew, and that person told me, and then we were really panicking. So this guy that told this lie about Jack being dead he's just awful. The Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for its 20th anniversary. Yes. My local, my nearest cinema is going to be showing the Goblet of Fire in August, so I will be watching. It's my favorite Harry Potter film, so yeah, and I'll never forget when I first saw it 20 years ago. Amazing film. And yes, Jaws. I have seen Jaws in the cinema. I saw it in 3D, but it'd be good to see it for its anniversary. Favorite Woody Harrelson performance? The Colonel from War for the Planet of the Apes. Alex told me he loves the troll videos and memes. Yeah, well, Alex is a bully, so I don't care what Alex thinks of me. I'm a friend of Harry's, so that's probably why he's saying all that. So. Okay, thank you, Dinobot. Thank you. I'll bear that in mind. Toy Story 5 suck. Maybe. I mean, Pixar can pull it out of the bag, but it's really not a necessary film. Which will suck more? Shrek 5 or Toy Story 5? Hard to say at the moment. I'm going to say, I think probably Shrek 5 based on that announcement trailer, but depends on what. Yeah, it depends on what we see in the Toy Story trailer. No, thankfully. Been in a car incident, but not an accident. So quite lucky, really. What was the exact point you gave up on Doctor Who? The recent series with the regeneration into Billy Piper. I thought, no, I'm done. I've kind of my interest in the show has wavered over the years. But this one, I'm like, no, I'm done. I think it's time to call it a day. It's just it's desperate now. They're desperate. Well, I hope that's not the real plot of Dinobot, but I don't know what the plot actually is, and I don't want to know. It's like when they announced that Indiana Jones 5 was going to be about time. I thought, give me a fucking break, and then they actually did it. Oh god! So it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not going to pay any attention to it. I'm gonna see it to review it, but aside that, I've got no interest to watch it. Can you do an impression of Lambo Rocks Strikes Back singing Defying Gravity? I'll give it a go. Bear with me, I'm just going to get the lyrics up. I do kind of know it, but I'd rather have the lyrics there. I won't do the whole song because it's quite long, so... Oh, we've got to go with this thing. Right, okay. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm playing by the rules. Someone knows this game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave this Nickelodeon show. It's time to try to find gravity. I think I'll find defying gravity. You can't pull me down. And nobody in all of us is going to bring me down. I'm not going to do the whole shout. I don't want to disturb my family, but you get the idea. Favorite bad movie you have fun despite ranting on it? Well, this is a film I haven't actually ranted on yet, but it's a film most people consider bad, but I actually kind of love it. It's a film called Norbit. It's a comedy with Eddie Murphy. He plays like 3 characters in it. One character is a Chinese man. It's a little bit borderline offensive, but I don't know why. Me and my family have always had a soft spot for it. It's just funny. Yeah, it's not the best movie ever, but I have a great laugh with it. Have you seen The Expendables? I've seen, yes. I don't know if I've seen the third one. I might have done. I've seen the fourth one, Balls, as I call it. And they're fun movies. Can you do an impression of Lambo singing Don't Go Breaking My Heart? God, okay. I'll give it a go. Okay. Don't go in my heart. I couldn't if I tried. If I get restless, baby, you're not that kind. Don't go breaking my heart. You take the weight off of me. Oh, honey, when you knocked on my Nickelodeon show, ooh, I gave you my key. Ooh, nobody knows it. When I was down, I was your clown. Ooh, nobody knows it. you get the idea. Favorite and least favorite. Oh, fuck's sake. Why do you keep moving down, you stupid thing? I'm trying to answer the questions. Why does it do this all the time? Favorite and least favorite prequel movies. That's a good question. Favorite prequel. That's a good question, actually. I like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's a really good one. Least favorite prequel. Well, it might not be my least favorite, but it's one that I'm not a fan of. Monsters University. It was pointless doing a prequel. They should have just done a sequel instead. Have you seen Nobody starring Bob Odenkirk? No, I haven't seen it. I know that the second one is out. I might see it, but maybe not in the cinema. Will you review The Bad Guys 2? Maybe, yeah. I don't know if I actually reviewed the first one. I think I did. think I enjoyed the first one. It was decent for what it was. Although this new one sees them going into space, so I'm not sure about that. But we'll see. It's an animated movie. Have you seen Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze? I've seen bits of it. Yeah, it is kind of fun. Thoughts on the Beowulf movie? Yes, I do like that film. It's the Robert Zemeckis one where they do the motion capture. It would have been better to probably do it live action, but for what it is, I enjoy it. I think it's good fun, and it's a well told story, and it's very dark and bloody and violent. It's a good retelling of the story. I will review it one day. Ray Winston is an odd casting choice, but it sort of works okay. He's just a very Cockney guy. He does his Cockney voice. So yeah. Have you seen Happy Gilmore? I'm afraid not. Sorry. Would you rather watch a bad movie than a good potential, or a movie well executed in actors, atmosphere, and music, but the plot and characters are awful and offensive? I think I would rather watch a bad movie that had good potential. Yeah, but it depends on the movie, of course. Can you do an impression of Caesar singing Popular? I reckon I can give that a go. Popular. I like that song from Wicked. Okay, bear with me. Popular. You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper ploys when you talk to boys. The ways to flirt and flounce. Ooh, I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair. Everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. That's okay. If you could change one thing about Doctor Who Series 14, what would you change? I would change the Ruby Sunday revelation. The whole, the whole thing about the sign, pointing to the sign, naming her, and the Ruby's mother just ended up being no one. I would rewrite that whole revelation, because it builds to nothing. Russell didn't really build that very well. Do you like Oasis? If you mean the band, yes. And if you mean the drink, also yes. Yeah, The Simpsons is an adult cartoon. Yeah, I thought so. There's, it's not explicit in terms of some sexual content in there. Would you have had Lost World Jurassic Park and a different climax? Yeah, I think I would, because it just felt silly to bring the dino all the way out there just for the climax. I would have kept it all on island. That would have been better, but that's just me. Yeah, that would have been better. They kind of did that in Jurassic World, where after Fallen Kingdom, they released the dinosaurs, amazing releases the dinosaurs, and then Dominion and Rebirth have to deal with the whole living with dinosaurs on the mainland. I don't know about that story, Doug. Sorry. There's not much I can say about it, but thank you for letting me know, though. Have you seen Ace Ventura? Yes, I think I have, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good, that film. Would you rather watch Fantastic Four 1994 or Superman 4, The Quest for Peace? For the shits and giggles, probably Fantastic Four, because at least it's so bad you can laugh at it. Quest for Peace is so bad that it's cringe. Christopher Reeve has well and truly given up that film, and the values really, lack of, really show. Favorite packet of sweets? Probably Haribo. Favorite Batman suit from the live action films? Love Christian Bale's suit in The Dark Knight Rises. The one where he fights Bane in the sewer and then the mask sort of breaks in half. Like the darker version of what he wears in Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. I love that one. Seen The Shawshank Redemption? Yes, I have a review. I don't know what Billy Piper. I just think it's too messy at this point. I mean, it was already messy, but the fact that Billy Piper is now the Doctor, I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't go there. Your ranking of these unused ideas. I think my favorite is the virus idea, followed by dinos reaching the coast, and then the teenager idea. Favorite flavor of Doritos? I would say the cheese ones. Although they've actually launched a few new flavors. The salt and vinegar ones are terrible. I don't like them. The barbecue ones are okay. They're quite nice, but my favorite is cheese, followed by the blue ones, which are the original ones. The chili ones are all right. I don't really have those very often. They're a bit too sweet. But yeah. Have you seen Faulty Towers? No, I have not, I'm afraid. Ugh. Why do my questions keep falling away from me? The weirdest series that I enjoy. Wow. That's a good question. But thank you for the compliment, man. That's really kind of you. I don't know. Depends what you mean by weird. Like, weird is in like absurd or obscure or just like unusual. I don't know. Well, when I was a kid, me and my sister watched a lot of Nickelodeon shows and stuff like Drake and Josh, iCarly. We used to watch as a kid. Maybe the weirdest show I watched was, and it's not really a weird show, but Wizards of Waverly Place. I guess because we were Potter fans, we kind of liked that. But there were some episodes that were where there was some strange comedy. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to think hard about that. Favorite line from Obi-Wan in the prequels? Hello there. You just wanted an excuse for me to say that. But no, that's probably my favorite. There's many others, but yeah, why not go for that? Yeah, nice to see you, Dinobot. I'll see you on Instagram. Of course, man. Yeah, I'll do my best. The Cat in the Hat is my favorite bad movie that I enjoy. Yeah, good shout. I still think it's a terrible film, but there are some funny scenes, albeit for the wrong reasons. Have you seen Rush Hour? I think I saw the third one, but I had no context of what it was about. I just kind of saw it on TV one night, and it was just on in the background. Yeah. Can you do an impression of Lambo Strikes Back singing Popular? Okay.
Popular, you're gonna be popular. Teaching the proper boys when you talk to boys, little ways to fly them phones. Ooh, I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular.
British comedy. Oh, yeah, no worries. I did review The Bad Guys. Yes. I'll try and see the second one soon, probably in the week. Not sure if I'll have time tomorrow. Can you do a Keir Starmer impression? No, I don't know what he sounds like. I need to watch more interviews with him. I'll do it in the next Q&A. Can you do an impression of Alex singing Thunderstruck? Okay, I'll try. Thunderstruck. I don't know the song very well, but I'll do the first bit. Thunder, da 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 da, thunder, da 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 da, thunder. That's all I can do for now. Yeah, maybe I'll do a proper version next time. Do you think they should cancel The Simpsons? Yeah, quite honestly, I think they should. It's had its day. It's just, my rule of The Simpsons is watch it until the animation gets better, because once the animation gets better, the stories get worse, and it's just been trucking its way along, and they've run out of ideas, and there's no continuity as well. I know it's an animation, but like the kids don't ever age, and it just feels like, they've had more than one Christmas special, more than one Halloween special. It's just, there's no rules or logic to it anymore. What's your least favorite song from your favorite movie musical? Don't know if I have a favorite movie musical, but Wicked is one of my favorite movie musicals. My least favorite song from that is probably Dear Old Shiz. It's the brief song that is sung as soon as the characters arrive in the uni. And it's like a choral sort of song. Dear Old Shiz. Like, that is my least favorite. I don't like that one very much. But all the other music is great. Do you think we'll ever get an Uncharted 5? Maybe. If we do, it's not going to be with Nathan Drake. It will either be with Sam Sully or his daughter Cassie. Nate's daughter Cassie. I like how Uncharted 4 wrapped it all up. I think it was a very good ending. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, fuck's sake! What is it? Thoughts on Michael Jackson's biopic being split into 2 parts? I didn't know it was split, actually. Yeah, well, it's obviously a cash grab, but Michael Jackson had quite a life, even though he only lived till he was 50. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it, especially with the way his look changed quite dramatically. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe that's why they've split it into 2 parts, because maybe one film they'll tackle him looking how he originally looked, and then maybe the other one will be how he looked later on. But it seems like an unnecessary cash grab. Do you think any of the Star Wars shows are good? I've not seen all of them, but from what I've seen, Obi-Wan Kenobi I really enjoy. Some people don't, but I like it. Can you do an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger singing Run It from Sonic 3? I don't know if I know the song. Run It. Is it Run It Up or like... Oh, I don't know. Run It lyrics. Don't think I know the song. I might have to do another song, but I can do Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll do Don't Stop Me Now, because that was in the first Sonic. Sorry, best I can do. Where are the lyrics? Come on. Okay.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world, I turn it inside out, yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, because I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
That's actually quite hard to do in his voice, actually. Have you seen Spaceballs? Yes, I love that film. I will review that film at some point because they are doing a sequel. But that is a funny movie. Oh, God. What's your favorite MCU film from every phase? Okay. Phase 1, I'm trying to remember which is in what phase. Phase 1, probably the best was... either the first Iron Man film or probably Avengers Assemble. Phase 2, oh, where does that go up to? Let me get the list up because I'm just never going to remember. So Marvel phase list. Okay. So phase 1, yeah, we'll say Avengers Assemble. Well, in the UK it's called Avengers Assemble. Phase 2, I'm going to say the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Phase 3, which is a massive, massive phase, is Endgame, without question. Phase 4, I will say Spider-Man No Way Home. Phase 5, I am going to say... it might be a tie, actually. It's a tie between Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Thunderbolts. Phase 6... which hasn't been finished yet, so I have to say Fantastic Four, the first steps. So, yeah. Thoughts on the band Skillet? I've not actually heard their stuff, sorry. If you could go back in time to any decade, what would it be? For me, it'd be the 90s, actually, because it was a decade I was born. But I was born in the late 90s, so I would have loved to have seen a few things. My parents got married in 91 as well, so I would have loved to have seen that. Have you seen Samurai Jack? Oh, I'm really sorry. Have you ever gotten really drunk? Yes. It's not something I like to admit lightly, but yes, I have. There've been a few times when I got drunk. Favorite beer? It's a toss-up between Madry or San Miguel. Can you do an impression of Keanu Reeves? It depends on what you would like me to say in his voice. It's the best I could do. Mr. Crizzy, he's a YouTuber. Might need to get back to you on that in the next Q&A because I don't remember what he sounds like. Have you ever had annoying people with you at the cinema? Yes. So I've had when I went to see Across the Spider-Verse, it was a busy screening and there were some kids that were throwing sweets at me and other people, and the staff member had to try and get them to leave. So yeah. Can you do an impression of Owen Wilson? Oh yeah, I mean, come on, man. I Owen Wilson? Of course. Owen Wilson has such a weird, soothing voice. Or, I mean, he's Lightning McQueen, isn't he? Ka-chow! I am Speed. 1 winner, 42 losers. Oh yeah. It's not the best Owen Wilson impression. Yeah, David Tennant's one was my saddest because he was my doctor. Some people argue they overdid it, but I think he earned it, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the new Cat in the Hat looks just as terrible, to be honest, as the other one. Maybe not quite as offensive as the other one, but it does look bad. Although I will always say that original Cat in the Hat film is well designed and the costumes really work. They captured that essence of the book, but the script is awful. The direction is awful. But this new one doesn't even look like it's following the book. So I don't know what the hell is going on there. Also on the line, I have the high ground. Who doesn't love that line? So, my second favorite Obi-Wan line is, I have the high ground. So thank you, George, for that cringy line. Funniest scene of a character getting drunk. Good question. There's a film called Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and two of the characters where Hellboy gets drunk with one of the other characters and they start singing, I can't smile without you. It's not the greatest film ever made, but it was kind of fun. I did enjoy seeing that. Yeah, the Kingsman movies are quite violent, so I can understand that. Thoughts on the fact that Roman Polanski was in Rush Hour 3? Yeah, that was a nice surprise. I'd actually forgotten about it until you mentioned it just now because I only watched it once. But yeah, have you seen the Netflix movie K-pop Demon Hunters? Not yet. No, I've been told it's very good. Oh, fuck's sake. Where was my... Sorry, I keep losing the questions. Do you think we'll ever get another Kung Fu Panda? Probably. The last one, the fourth one, while critically not received that well, financially did all right. So, yeah. Do you think Family Guy should end as well? I mean, probably. I haven't really watched it as much as The Simpsons. But it probably should. Everything has its time. Have you ever been a victim of burglary? No, and I hope to never be a victim of it. Oh, good. I hope you enjoy the Titanic Museum, and obviously as much as possible because of the circumstance with what happened with the Titanic. I imagine the museum would be quite emotionally triggering for some people. I think I'd find it kind of hard to sort of see that, but I hope you enjoy it. Have you seen the Wicked Elphaba Glinda song on Jimmy Fallon? What the Elphaba, Glinda, the sort of that one? Did you also like the Deadpool Wolverine one? If so, then yes. If you mean they sang a song from Wicked on Jimmy Fallon, then no, I haven't seen that. Have you ever had to turn off a song or something because it sucked or was shutting your ears? Die Another Day from Madonna. The auto-tuning is just so bad. Michael Jackson's nephew is playing him in the film. Oh, interesting. Out of 3 long-running shows, which do you think has gotten worse? Well, I haven't seen much of Family Guy. I'm going to say SpongeBob. SpongeBob actually got worse fairly quickly than the others. SpongeBob peaked around 20 years ago, and then after that, it's sort of after the first film is generally when I think a lot of people slowly turned away from it. Now it's all sort of CGI. I know there's a new film coming out, but yeah, I'm kind of obviously I'm too old for it now. But back 20 years ago, I did like it, but I think that was the right time to jump off. Did you see the Elvis film that came out with Austin Butler? Yes, I did a review of it on my channel. It's really good. Which is your favorite of the music artist biopic movies? Ooh, that's a good question. Might be the Elvis film or Rocket Man. One of those two I really liked. Thoughts on the Spaceballs sequel they're making? Well, obviously I haven't seen it yet because it's not finished, but in terms of the announcement of it, I'm happy. I will watch it. I don't think it needs a sequel, but I really love the first one. It makes me laugh, so I will I'll watch the second one. Do you think Harrison Ford was wrong to do Indy 4 and 5? Yeah, I think he was. It was too late. He was too old. It ended. The Last Crusade was called The Last Crusade for a reason, and that shot of them riding into the sunset was Steven's way of saying goodbye to the franchise. He didn't want to milk it. He wanted to end it as a trilogy, and I respect him for that. But George Lucas manipulated him into making another one, and then Disney, obviously, when they took control of Lucasfilm, they wanted to make their own as well. Dial of Destiny is so bad. I'm sorry, it's just really bad. Crystal Skull is at least enjoyable in places, but Dial of Destiny is boring. Boring! And my God, do those last 2 films get ridiculous with the sci-fi stuff. Like, you would have thought that they would have learned from the aliens. Like, they do time travel? Like, anyway. Arnold Schwarzenegger's in Defying Gravity. Oh, God, okay. Bear with me. So to try.
Unlimited. Together we're unlimited. Together we'll be the greatest team there's ever been. Glinda dreams the way we've planned them. If we work in tandem, there's no fight we cannot win. Just you and I, defying gravity. With you and I, defying gravity. They'll never bring us down.
So ridiculous. There's a guy on Instagram who does a much better Arnold Schwarzenegger impression than me. He does loads of things like this. What is the most unnecessary sequel you've ever seen? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Or, yeah, that's probably, yeah, that one. Maybe, Jared. Maybe it's wrong to make it now. Maybe they shouldn't do it. Who knows? Favorite moment of Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I think the moments with him and Maria were nice. When we saw his backstory. That was good. What's a video you made that you hate nowadays? I don't hate any of my videos per se, but there are some old videos I look back on and I go, I wish I edited that better. A lot of my old reviews I might try to redo because they are quite badly edited or not edited. And I would go on for like almost half an hour per review, and that's too long. That's too long now. So there's not one specifically, but I think most of the earlier stuff. Wow. Yeah, Owen Wilson does have a funny way of saying, wow. Oh, no, there was no one like Alex. There was no one screaming, chicken jockey! Wow! In the Minecraft screening. Can you do a Homer Simpson impression? I'll try. Go! Come to bed, Marge.
Oh, homie.
Do you like Family Guy? It's all right, but I don't sort of watch it that much. Although I do like Seth MacFarlane. I think he's a very talented guy, and his voice acting is incredible. So he's very inspirational. But I don't know why I just haven't gravitated towards the show that much. But as it's on Disney Plus, maybe I will give it more time. What's your favorite Tim Burton film? Ooh, that's a good question. I really like his Sweeney Todd film. That could potentially be my favorite Tim Burton film. Or failing that, probably Batman Returns. That is that fits Tim Burton like a glove. I found out Shrek was originally going to be done by Universal. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that would be weird. Shrek certainly would have been Scottish if that was the case. Do you think Amazon will save or ruin James Bond? Very hard to say at the moment. Although I'm looking forward to the new Bond video game that's coming out next year, First Light. I think that's going to be really good. As for Bond 26, at the moment it's anyone's guess, but I think hiring Denis Villeneuve is a good move, so I have confidence. I'm not really a fan of metal bands, to be honest, man. Sorry. What's the most surprising casting you've seen? Pretty Billy Piper as the Doctor, to be honest. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. We'll see if they can pull that off. Have you seen Flubber? Yes, I have. Actually, it's one of my least favorite Robin Williams movies. He's good in it, but the movie is boring. It's really boring. I might review it someday. It's a good concept, but it's slow. I find it's just a slow-moving film. Oh, fuck's sake. YouTube, stop it. I'm trying to read these questions. Watching through all the Fantastic Four movies right now. Good luck, because some of them are really bad. You ever got a bad present for your birthday or Christmas? Nothing dramatically bad. There have been some that I've probably been slightly disappointed with, but I've always appreciated what I've got. You know, I'm not one of those people that wants everything. I understand that money is money, and you know, we don't always have it. And my parents have always done their best, so yeah. I'm going to leave now. Bye, Ollie. Thank you very much, man. Nice to see you. Favorite odd-numbered Star Trek film? Ooh. Good question. Because most of the odd-numbered ones aren't great. I know it's not technically an odd-numbered one, but the Star Trek reboot from 2009, Star Trek 11, as some people would call it, but it is a reboot. But as it's the 11th movie, we'll go with that. Have you seen The Shining? I've seen bits of it a long time ago. Here's Johnny. What foreign countries have you been to? I've been to Lanzarote in Canaries. That's really, really nice. Been to Turkey many times. Well, I don't know if this counts as foreign, really, but Scotland. I've been to Scotland as well. But I haven't been to that many places. It's so expensive to fly now. So, yeah. I've been to America as well. I've been to America a couple of times. Hilarious. Thank you. I'm not sure which impression you're talking about, but thank you very much for that. Have you seen The Penguin? If you're talking about the series, no, not yet. Have you seen Scarface or Heat? Not for a long time. Oh, fuck's sake. I hate YouTube scrolling. Yeah, James Mangold is a great director. I don't think he's the problem. I mean, well, he didn't do a great job with the movie, but I think he was under Disney's thumb, to be honest, because that story is not the story I would have gone with. Surely, like, they must have thought, like, this is going to be ridiculous. Time travel? Like, really? And also, they copped out of killing off Indy. They clearly were going to do it. And then I reckon when No Time to Die came out and they saw James Bond was killed and they saw the divisive reaction, they thought, actually, no, let's keep him alive and give him his happy ending with Marion. So what's the point of splitting them up? Like, if they were just going to go back together, it just seems... It seemed redundant, to be honest. Logan was amazing. Do you think we'll get a Space Jam 3? I don't know. I mean, if the previous one did financially very well, maybe. But considering that it was critically, well, not panned, but didn't get very good reviews. I don't know. It's a 50-50 chance. Yeah. Favorite dragon design in a film or TV show you've seen? Probably Smaug from The Hobbit. Really like that design. I liked your old reviews. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, there's some that aren't bad, but there's a few that I think are very badly edited. And also my name has changed since then, so it's also probably appropriate to just or at least re-edit them and put them out again for that reason alone. The first Fantastic Four is decent. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that in a sense. I wouldn't say decent. I'd say it was passable, but the four of them did have a good chemistry. And actually, rest in peace to Julian McMahon, who was Doctor Doom. Rest in peace, Julian. He was actually good. I liked him as Doctor Doom. I thought he was just the right amount of creepiness and menace without being over the top. And it's a shame that Rise of the Silver Surfer gave him such a bad script. But there we are. Would you like a Family Guy movie to happen? I'm indifferent towards it because I've not really seen a lot of the show, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I heard they're going for a 26 or 27-year-old for the next Bond. I don't know. It depends who it is. Like if the person looks mature, maybe, but then they obviously want someone who's young who could probably last quite a long time and do a successful amount of films, because obviously the older you get, the harder it is to do the physical stuff. So I kind of get it. I think it might be slightly too young, but maybe they're going for a younger Bond kind of story anyway. If this is their way of rebooting it, casting a young Bond and telling a young Bond story, fair enough. A bit like the game First Light. It looks as though First Light is starting out with a Bond who's like 28, 29, sort of my age, like near just to his early 30s, which I can understand. It's a good new direction to go in. We'll see. Oh, hey Ross, how are you, man? Nice to see you. How are things in Scotland? Favorite of the four main characters in Madagascar? Probably Melman is my favorite. Star Trek 3 is pretty good. Star Trek 3 was all right. I found it a little bit boring in places, but it was okay. It's not the worst one. In your rant of the movie Pan, you did a hilarious impression of Captain Hook. Oh, thank you, Jared. I don't know. I might have to get back to you on that. I might do it in the Facebook chat because I need to listen to the voice again. It's been a while since I've seen Hook. Sorry, not Hook. Pan. Too many Peter Pan films. Yeah, I don't think all of my impressions are great. There's some, like when I try to do impressions of women, it doesn't work. My voice is very deep, so most of my impressions of females don't tend to work very well. Like when I was younger, I used to do impressions of Hermione from Harry Potter. You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach. But I can't really do it too well anymore because my voice has changed. And I tried to do like impressions of Glinda from Wicked, like when she goes I can't go as high as my vocal range doesn't go as high as it probably used to, but there we are. Do you think it was stupid to kill off Mutt Williams? Not necessarily, because obviously of all the controversy of Shia LaBeouf. I suppose it was one option they had was to just get rid of the character, but considering that he's Indy's son, it did feel a little bit of a shame because he was introduced in the fourth movie as his son, but it gave Indy some emotional baggage for the fifth one, so I get why they did it. But I would have just recast him as someone else. Like that would have been better. But did you like the new Wallace and Gromit? It was all right. It was okay. Like a lot of people loved it, and that's fair. I found it too slow in the beginning, but it was brilliantly animated, and it was classic Wallace and Gromit. It's what you expect. They did well with it, and the actor that played Wallace, amazing impression, absolutely amazing impression. Sorry, 1 second. I'll follow that up later. Sorry. Just the composer for my film. Scotland is brilliant. Hey, excellent, excellent. Tell Shrek I said hi. If you are making a movie, what genre would you do and what's your dream cast? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, if I had to make a dream film, I have this idea for a film or like a series of films I want to do, but it would require a budget. I don't want to say what the idea is because copyright. I don't really have like dream casts. I'm quite adaptable with actors. I would love to do a sci-fi film. I'd love to do something set in space or another planet because the opportunities for imagination and design would be amazing. Or do an animated film, and I'd like to be in it myself as well as cast all my friends. We could all do different voices. During the lockdown, me and my friends did these social read-throughs. We used to just take scripts of movies and just read through them just for fun every other Sunday. It was really good fun, really amazing fun. I might have to get back to you on that, Ross. Sorry to be very vague, but yeah, give me a chance to think about that. Yeah, well, whatever. He can copy me all he likes. 26 or 27 is too young for Bond. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot depending on who it is, but I think generally the general consensus is, yeah. Have you seen Peter Sallis in Last of the Summer Wine? No, I haven't, but I'm sure he's very good. Favorite movie duo? Ooh, good question. Well, the obvious answer is, for now anyway, in terms of recent movies, would be Glinda and Elphaba from Wicked. You know, Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, amazing. Obviously, we got the second film coming out this November, Wicked for Good, which I'm so pumped for. But in the first film, they complemented each other so well. So well. The other choice I would go with is probably C-3PO and R2-D2 from Star Wars. They were incredible. I know the actors didn't get along too well, but they were great on screen together. Can you do a Wallace impression? I'll give it a go. Cheese! It's no use prevaricating about the bush. This is all I can do. I could do the Bakelite girl as well. I'm the Bakelite girl. I'm as light as a feather. Cracking cheese, grommet. My Wallace impression isn't the best, so sorry about that. Thoughts on T-Rex scene from Primeval Series 5? Which episode was that? Was that episode 2? Yeah, I'm going to have to tell me what the episode is before I answer that. Don't know if I can say any more. Cracking. Episode 5. Oh, okay, episode 5. All I remember of episode 5 was the New Dawn stuff and Connor getting locked in the anomaly. Don't remember the T-Rex. I've not seen Primeval in so long. I need to watch it again. But, yeah, Series 5 doesn't have a lot of my favorite moments in it. Darkest Wallace and Gromit villain for you? Ooh, good question. Feathers McGraw, potentially, because he's a criminal, to be honest. But then again, Victor from Curse the Were-Rabbit is also another choice because he's a hunter and he was going to murder Wallace and the rabbits. So, yeah. Oh, amazing. Yeah, I mean, I think the guy that plays Wallace in the new film is Ben Whitehead. I think he does a very good, almost uncanny impression. Life always finds a way. Let's see what you did there. If you were the new Doctor Who showrunner, what would you do to make it new and fresh again? I'd give it a few years off, be the first thing. I'd almost kind of do, I think I've said this before, do an X-Men Days of Future Past and just reboot the whole timeline. Write maybe one more special or something, then end it, and then restart it a few years later in a new timeline, and then everything else, it still happened, but you can kind of ignore it. So, yeah, I think that's what Doctor Who needs, because the timeline is so fucked. The continuity is just so confusing. Favorite song from The Lion King 2? Ooh, I would say He's Not One of Us. It's probably my favorite one. Yeah. Yeah, look, I don't want to roast Alex this much, but he's given me every reason to with his behavior. So I'm sorry, but I don't like Alex. I don't like him. So I'm not going to apologize for my opinion on him. I just want him to
Stop bullying my friends right now.
Julian Dutton. Oh, I'll have to look out for him. Thank you. Yes, Chucklevision. I did watch Chucklevision as a kid. That was a good show. I missed that. Chucklevision, Chucklevision, Chucklevision. To me, to you. That was a classic. That was a classic. Yeah, amen, Ross. Amen. Breach it, baby. Oh, and I can't stand the fake crying. I just can't stand it. When he's in the shower going, oh, across the spider hell. God. You know, recently he put up a couple of rant videos. He ranted on the Ralph Breaks the Internet hate base. And what was the other one? Some other hate base. Let me see. It was the Ralph Breaks the Internet one, and I think it was the Disney remake hate base rant. I mean, Alex, most people hate the remakes, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. And as far as Ralph Breaks the Internet is concerned, Alex, I don't think anyone talks about it anymore, at least not to my knowledge, and it gets a mostly mixed response. So you're just kind of inventing this for the sake of drama. So sorry, but yeah. Yeah, he is a bully and a fraud. And yeah, some of the stuff he posts on Discord and DeviantArt is incredibly inappropriate. Thanks to Ross, I'm able to see it. But oh, what happened when he was born? What have his parents done to him? I swear to God. Anyway, enough about Alex. What's a cartoon show you'd like to see get a live action adaptation? The Powerpuff Girls would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know if that's a show that's necessarily aimed for me, but as a kid, me and my sister watched it. Or the Wild Thornberries. I don't know if they did do a live action of that, but that would be kind of cool. I know they did a Wild Thornberries movie, but I don't know if they did a live action one. Although then again, they did a Dora the Explorer film. I didn't see that, but everyone said it was crap, so didn't bother with that one. Which actor or actresses would you like to meet in real life? I'd love to meet Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande because Wicked is amazing, and they are amazing in it. Actor-wise, I'd love to meet Daniel Craig. He's my favorite James Bond. And I'd also love to meet Andy Serkis because he's my favorite actor of all time. His vocal abilities, I'd just love to ask him so many questions about that and his work on performance capture. It's honestly incredible. Oh. Yeah. Again, Electric Dino, I agree. Yeah, with everything you said, Alex. Thoughts on the Spinosaurus scenes in Jurassic World Rebirth? Very good. I think all the action scenes are done very well in the new film. The new film's a bit long. It seems to go on for quite a while, and the plot is very thin, but it was fun. I think perhaps maybe if they chopped out 15, 20 minutes of it, it would have been tight and it would have been a hell of a lot of fun. But Gareth Edwards, good director. And if this is the start of a new trilogy, I want this trilogy to end the series. I think that would be the best thing to do. Well, I think we'll give it about 5 more minutes, guys, and then I might head because it's like an hour and a half. But yeah, get your last questions in. Favorite line or moment from Tom Hardy's Bane? Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne. You merely adopted the dark. I was born with it. Those moments were amazing. And also the opening when he says, "Crashing this plane with no survivors." Yeah, some people weren't keen on the voice, but I quite liked it. I thought it worked for him personally. And when he says the fire rises, yeah, very good. I mean, to follow Heath Ledger's Joker, that's, you might as well not think about it. It's too bigger shoes to fill. But he did a decent job considering. Favorite Emperor Palpatine moment or line? Unlimited power. That is great. That is just so great. And when he says, "Strike me down with all of your hate," or when he says, "I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger." But I think Revenge of the Sith has some of the best Palpatine moments when he's trying to fight Mace Windu, going, "Ugh, ah, ah, ugh." He's doing all those over the top facial expressions, which is funny. If you go back in time, what movie would you wish to see on the big screen for the first time? Probably the first Harry Potter film, Philosopher's Stone, because that was the first film I saw at the cinema. I have flashing memories of watching it, but I was only 4 years old, so I was kind of surprised that I was let into that. But to see that for the first time, that was like my introduction to the cinema, and I wish I could remember more of that. You seen Walking with Dinosaurs? No, I haven't seen it. I've not seen Dinosauria season 2 either. Sorry. Sorry. Palpatine noises just make me laugh so much. Check out Ross's Revenge of the Sith review, because he does a really good impression of Palpatine. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Cringiest moment from Batman and Robin. Oh, so many. Poison Ivy's kind of cringy. When she says, "The plans! You are tormenting them! I'll seek justice, you psycho!" Oh, God. Have you seen the trailer for Primitive War? No, I haven't. Feel free to recommend it. I'll try and watch it. Have you seen the Jack Black movie Year One? Yes, I have seen that. It's a bit of a strange movie. The story's kind of strange. It's sort of this, I don't know, it's like weird biblical comedy. It is funny though. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but it is funny. And Jack Black just kind of plays himself, and there's this Michael Cera, but that does make me chuckle, that film. You're making me want to watch it now. Could have a giant squid from Dr. No novel worked in the movie? I don't know. I think back in the 60s it would have been harder to pull off because of the technical limitations. They might have had to do some kind of blend of stop motion to make that work. But nowadays, well, if Pirates of the Caribbean is anything to go by, they could have easily made it work in this day and age. But I think for a James Bond movie, it does seem a bit obscure. But I get why, because they're on the island and it's where it would live. So from that point of view, it would make sense. But I think for a James Bond film, it's a little bit far-fetched. It's probably better that they cut that out. Do you miss the Jurassic World franchise from 2015 to 2022? Not necessarily, because I can still rewatch them. But in terms of like missing the release of them, yeah, a little. But I was never like in love with the first Jurassic World film. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was amazing. I liked the next two a lot more, actually. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but yeah. Best performance or worst performance you've seen from Jack Black? For the best, I think it's got to be a tie. It's going to be King Kong, because he plays a dramatic role and that he's not playing a comedy character. I think he does a really good job. And that's tied with School of Rock, because he is just at his, I mean, he does play himself, but he's at his best in School of Rock, and his energy is amazing. Really, really good. In terms of his worst performance, that's a good question. I'm just going to look up Jack Black's movies, because he's done so many. And I know that a lot of people might say Kung Fu Panda is his best, but well, I don't know. I just found that those other two options were my favorite. I think the thing. He's generally quite good in a lot of things he's in, and he does play himself. I've not seen every film that he's in. For the worst Jack Black performance, I'm gonna go, well, based on what I've seen, I will go with Gulliver's Travels. It's not so much him, it's more like the movie. The movie just had an awful script. I didn't care for it, to be perfectly honest. His character was just Jack Black. So yeah. I've not seen the Jurassic World series, I'm afraid. No, I don't have any interest in that. You've seen Be Kind Rewind. Oh, I might have done, actually. Let me double check. Be Kind Rewind. Oh, yeah, that's the oh yes, yeah. That was all right, yeah. That's the one about the two clerks. Oh yeah, they erased the footage from all the tapes in their video rental store in order to keep the business running. Reshoot every film in the store. Oh yeah, it was a cool idea. It was a cool idea. Yeah. I need to rewatch that again. It's a good one. Which Bond movie you wish you could have enjoyed a lot more? I really want to like Thunderball a lot more, but it's just too slow. It's just too slow for me. Favorite action scene from Primeval Series 3? The scene where in episode 6 where they're driving the truck and they're being chased by the birds and Danny is using a crowbar to whack them and then he's hanging to the back of the truck. They went for a sort of blockbustery feel with that series. Worked out quite well. Can you do an impression of Jack Black singing War? What is it good for? I'll give it a go. Actually, fun fact, for one show that I had to do, I did a panto show, and they had the song Peaches from the Mario film, and it was Jack and the Beanstalk, and I was voicing the giant off stage, and they wanted the song Peaches from Mario, and they asked for a Jack Black impression, so I had to do that. Which was fun. Okay, I don't know all the words, so I've got them up. So I know the first bit, so it won't be the whole song. War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. War, yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. Yeah. And I need to work on it. It's not very good. I need to work on it. Do you think that Dr. Julius Snow is not Asian enough in that movie? That's a difficult question to answer, to be honest, because I don't know how accurate it is to the book. The most exotic Bond movie, in your opinion? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, that's a tough one because there's so many that I could say are the most exotic. In terms of like the most, I don't know. I think potentially You Only Live Twice could take the reins there because of how beautiful the locales are. And then Octopussy also has India, which is great. Skyfall, my favorite film of the series, has so many brilliant colors. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think about that. Thoughts on the scene in Gulliver's Travels where he pisses on everyone. I'm sorry, Poppy. I didn't mean to flush you down the toilet. Okay, only joking. Yeah, that scene was. Yeah, that was a little bit cringe for me, to be honest. Well, with that question, I think I'll leave it there. And there's only one viewer left. But thank you guys all for your questions. Amazing stuff. Really appreciate it. Really enjoyed this. I will see you probably shortly when it hits to August, and I'll do the next one. And please leave a comment down below, press the like button and subscribe, and let me know what you thought. Thank you very much. Stay tuned next time. I'm Pajak's Perspective. See ya. Bye for now.